Hey, this is Angie for Happy Healthy Vegan, and I'm here to talk about this baby here, the Power Pressure Cooker XL. So a few months back, I don't know, maybe early summer, we were approached to see if we would like to try out the Power Pressure Cooker XL, and I was really stoked. And the reason was that I have been hearing a lot about pressure cookers, being able to use them to cook things much quicker. And as you know, we eat a lot of rice around here, a lot of rice and beans actually. And you know, Ryan sometimes complains that it takes 45 minutes to cook up a good pot of brown rice. When I was looking online, information about pressure cookers, it seems like a lot of the recipes are for conventional pressure cookers, at least vegan recipes. And in fact, most of the people that are you know, trying out this product on YouTube are really kind of more meat-based. So I wanted to give this a really good, thorough trying out before I talked about it. So consequently, this poor thing has gotten so dirty. I've literally used it for every single meal for at least 2.5 or 3 months solid. It's been such a revolution using an electric pressure cooker that it made me question, wow, maybe I should save some of these recipes for a secondary book that would be only pressure cooker recipes, because I could really see a lot of people, like students or busy moms, really just kind of focus on using electric pressure cooker for its ease of use and how quick it is. This thing has really made me rethink how I do everything. It's crazy. So let me just quickly go through some of the different recipes that I made in this over the summer, and most of them I actually put up on Instagram. Brown rice cooked in here with brown rice in the bottom, steamed potatoes on top, which was awesome, being able to cook 2 in 1. Guacamole and salsa, you know, the standard way I do it. And I've also cooked beans from scratch in here, which was really easy. Even Ryan cooked some black beans one day when I wasn't here all by himself, which was really a surprise. I came home, I smelled the beans, like, that smells amazing. He's like, oh, I ate them all, sorry. I've done a lot of basmati dishes in here. The same thing, I can do basmati in the bottom and steamed potatoes on the top. I've been doing a lot of like steamed potatoes and green beans, and then I'll just do like a curry sauce on the side. I've also done like where I do the basmati rice first, and then I set it aside in a little bowl with a plate over it, and then I'll put the potatoes, fresh tomatoes, and green beans down in the cooker and cook that up and then serve it together. Oh, I made a delicious chili in here, like a 3-bean chili with all these fresh vegetables. That was outrageous. Then I had leftovers the next day. But not quite enough to like really make a full high carb meal. So what I did is I steamed potatoes in here and served the leftover chili on top. That was killer. What I really ended up making probably the most of was soups. This thing is incredible for soups. First of all, I'm so glad they sent us the XL because Ryan and I can eat. You guys know that. We are high carb to the max. So I will just fill this thing to the very top ridge. There's a little line that lets you know, like, don't put any food past here. I've really pushed it to the limit. I have the food and the liquid all the way to the top. And then we'll just eat bowl after bowl of soup. And if we're lucky, there's still some left over for the next day. But, wow, I've made so many different varieties of like a minestrone type soup. I almost forgot to mention, I made a dessert in here too. I made it several times. It was so good. I made a peach cobbler in here, which really surprised me. Anyways, it's really amazing. And since soups, I felt like soups were like the best thing to make in here because I could make such volume, which would be great for families or for people that want to just, you know, make a bunch of soup, say on Sunday and then eat it for the next couple days. I thought I would just show you a really quick soup recipe. And I filmed this actually the other night. And I didn't really do like a whole lot of pre-thought. I just used up whatever vegetables happened to be in the fridge. And it came out so good. So let me just go ahead and roll that recipe now. So I'm gonna kind of pre-cook my wild rice and some dried mushrooms with a little bay leaf before adding more vegetables to make this a soup. So the pressure's building, and then once it gets to a certain point, then the timer starts counting down. Oh, it's happening. Okay, this is always the dramatic part, letting the steam off. the sound, you know it's safe now. Take a look, see. That smells good. Alright, so the mushrooms have plumpened up. Next phase, adding the vegetables. So I'm just gonna throw in some of these herbs de Provence. As you can see, just some simple herbs to get it going. About 2 cups each of potatoes, celery, and carrots. 2 cups of zucchini. Got a cup of wax beans. And 2 cups of chopped Swiss chard. Now I'm going to add in some tomato paste, and by the way, some joker tried to say that tomato paste wasn't vegan because it had red food dye. Look, organic tomatoes and citric acid. That's it. No bug food dye. So I'm going to put about half of this in there. Alright, I already had like 3 cups of water. 2 more, and I'll put another 2 cups in before I try to start this. Plenty of water. Well, of course I didn't put any onions or garlic in here, but you can. And let's get this thing started and see what happens. Alright, so I gotta make sure this thing's lined up here. And I come down, and I'm gonna press the soup stew button. Oh yeah, first I gotta clear out the rice cooking. Soup stew. And let's just let it do its thing. Okay, it's time now. This will probably have a ton of steam. Oop. There we go. Not messing around. Steamy. I went away and came back. It is still let the steam out. Serious. All right, let's see what's up. Ooh, still steamy. It looks like soup. I was lazy, I didn't make beans. I'm just gonna dump in a can of beans. Canelli beans. Organic canelli beans. To make it more like a minestrone. I think Ryan will be pleased. Here's the finished product. I gotta say, the potato looks really succulent. The mushrooms are all back to their plump self. Looks really good. Oh, there's the squash. I like to add a little bit of GMO-free organic Tamari sauce to my soup to give it a little, you know, a little umami, I guess. Rather than put it in the whole pot, I just sprinkle it on the bowl. So, looks like we're ready to go here. Now I've enlisted Ryan for the bite of approval here.
Seems very warm.
I know, I hope it's not too hot.
No, not too hot.
Okay?
Yeah, very delicious, yeah.
Okay, great. And I barely put any thought or effort into this.
Yeah, you did just cut through it together.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm ready.
All right, enjoy, babe. I get hungry just looking at that. It was probably the best soup I've ever made. So to wrap it up, first of all, I'm so stoked that I finally checked out an electric pressure cooker. I think this thing is genius. I love it. I'm sorry that I can't really compare it to other machines. I can only tell you, what some of the bullet points that they showed me. You can go online and you can see they do a comparison chart of their pressure cooker compared to other ones. But here's some of the things that I really appreciated about it. Okay, so one of the reasons I was a little reluctant to get into pressure cooking, when you look at the conventional pressure cookers that work on the stove, to me they seemed really scary. Like, I felt like, oh my God, this thing's gonna explode, oh! And I was like nervous about steam burns and all that, but they've made it so easy here. It's got a really great locking system. The little steam valve, they've got it set up so it literally will not let you open it unless all the steam has been let out. And at first I was a little nervous about letting the steam out because it sounds like crazy. Well, you heard it in the cooking demo. It's like, so I just used my wooden spoon to poke it into the open mode. I never even have to touch it with my finger. It just does its thing. Then you can hear it go when it's ready. Click it open. It's all good. The other thing I really loved about it, is how it has this warm mode. So sometimes we've set it to cook food and then we go off on like a 10-mile bike ride or whatever, come back, and it's just chilling. It's all cooked and it's warm in there. It's so convenient. Or a lot of times what I'll do, like especially on my yoga night, I'll go ahead and I'll make a big batch of food in the middle of the day. I'll eat a little bit before my class and then we'll just leave it on warm, and when I get home I'll have another helping. So great. Anyways, I've had so much fun getting to know this piece of gear, and it's like an integral part of my kitchen now. And I think that they are providing me with a promo code for you guys. I don't have it handy in my mind right now. If not a promo code, it's a link, so check for that. Well, if I have it, I'll post it right here, and then check down in the show notes. Leave your questions down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Like it if you're into it, share with a friend, and stay subscribed for more vegan recipes, reviews, news stories, tips, yada 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 from me and Ryan here at Happy Healthy Vegan. And until next time, keep it carb, baby. Keep it carb. The power cooker, what is it? Okay.